Muscles are the primary actuators of human movement, serving as the initial source of physical force generation. And our system can predict hundreds of muscle activation from diverse human movements in real time. We present Magnet, Muscle Activation Generation Networks, a novel framework capable of reconstructing physiologically plausible full body muscle activation across a wide range of movements, from everyday actions to highly dynamic motions. Our musculoskeletal controller, trained on approximately 6 hours of diverse human behaviors, successfully tracks a wide spectrum of movements, including fundamental locomotion, such as walking and running. Our system also effectively manages contact-rich interactions such as falling and crawling. Additionally, it captures highly dynamic motion such as cartwheel and backflip, which are particularly challenging to control. The controller demonstrates versatility in handling various jumping motions and other diverse behaviors, all through a single framework. To address this scalability, we introduce a novel hierarchical controller structure combined with a three-stage learning method. In the first stage, a base policy network is trained exclusively for a torque-actuated humanoid character using deep reinforcement learning. This network aims to match the simulated character's state to the reference motion as closely as possible. Despite using torque actuators, we clip the generated torques based on approximated muscle torque capacity, enabling the base policy to learn muscle-informed torque patterns. In this stage, we successfully train a torque controller capable of dynamic and diverse motions. In the second stage, we train a muscle coordination network to generate activation levels needed to produce the torques learned in the first stage, while keeping the base policy frozen. Since our initial stage already accounted for approximated muscle capacity, the network effectively replicates torque patterns for stable motions. However, dynamic movements demand more precise torque control beyond these approximations, requiring additional adaptation. In the third stage, we introduce the adaptation policy network that generates additional pose adjustments to overcome these failed motions. This network is trained using the same DRL approach as the first stage, while continuing to update the muscle coordination network through supervised learning and keeping the base policy network frozen. Through stage 3, our controller successfully achieved tracking of these dynamic and diverse motions. Magnet, trained on extensive motion data, demonstrates robust tracking of unseen motions not present in the training data. The controller successfully replicates a range of movements, from simple actions like jogging to wave dance moves and more dynamic dance sequences. Magnet demonstrates robust performance even in the presence of external perturbations. Physiological plausibility of Magnet's muscle activations is evaluated by extracting motions from videos, tracking them to obtain muscle activation data, and comparing these outputs with well-known activation patterns in biomechanics. In lunges, the stepping distance influences muscle engagement. Longer steps activate the gluteus maximus, hip muscle, more, while shorter steps primarily engage the quadriceps, front thigh muscles. Magnet successfully reproduces these patterns, showing higher gluteus maximus activation for long lunges and increased quadriceps involvement for shorter lunges. Similarly for squats, Magnet accurately captures how stance width affects muscle engagement. Wide squats with outward-facing knees show higher activation of the adductor muscles and gluteus maximus, compared to narrow squats with inward-facing knees. We compared our results with electromyography, or EMG, measurements to directly validate our model. During the squat motion, Magnet's generated muscle activations closely matched the EMG signals recorded from the rectus femoris and the tibialis anterior, To further enhance the usability of magnet beyond tracking control, we propose two variations of the original magnet, both constructed through distillation. The first one is a model specialized for solving downstream tasks in musculoskeletal simulation, DT Magnet. DT Magnet is a universal controller designed to efficiently solve downstream tasks in musculoskeletal simulation, which often require a complex balance maintenance mechanism. It is constructed via joint-level distillation, meaning the network is trained to mimic the combined output of the base policy network and the adaptation policy network. Specifically, a conditional VAE structure is employed. With DT Magnet's decoder, while controlling its latent variables through a high-level DRL policy, our musculoskeletal humanoid character successfully achieves interactive directional control with agile, robust, and high-quality motions. The second one is RT Magnet, which supports real-time prediction of muscle activations, even on edge devices. RT Magnet is a lightweight network trained in a supervised manner with slight architectural modifications from input to output. It achieves 8 times faster inference compared to the original magnet. While its predictions might have slightly reduced physiological plausibility due to the absence of musculoskeletal simulations, its efficient design makes it ideal for real-time applications on edge devices. We compared our method with one of the state-of-the-art approaches using a motion set consisting of walking, jogging, and backflip. The previous method learned static motions with a moderate number of samples. However, for the entire set, including dynamic motions like backflip, our method learned more efficiently with fewer samples. Compared to other state-of-the-art works, we observe that while it tracks squat motions reasonably well at the joint level, it struggles with global position tracking. Furthermore, it shows limitations with punch motions, failing to properly extend the arms and completely fails to track push-up motions. In contrast, Magnet demonstrates stable tracking across all these unseen behaviors.